Canada's bee population has dropped about 35% over the past 3 years, according to the Canadian Honey Council. But one province is doing just fine. In Newfoundland, honeybees aren't just surviving, they are thriving. And that has grabbed the attention of researchers right around the world. Joining us this morning from St. John's is beekeeper Aubrey Goulding. Great to be able to talk to you. Good morning.
Good morning, Beverly.
So, Mr. Goulding, tell me why Newfoundland, when everybody else is complaining that these bees are dying off, what is it about Newfoundland?
I guess it's two basic reasons. The first one being we are an island, and as such we don't have the pests or diseases that the rest of the world has in their bee population. And therefore we don't feed our bees any medications or drugs whatsoever, so they're pretty clean that way. But I think even more importantly, we're not really an agricultural community here. We do have farms, but I just got back from BC and I saw thousands of acres of canola. You won't see anything like that in Newfoundland. Maybe a few acres or a few hundred acres here and there would be big. So the scale of the applications of the pesticides are not as great as would be elsewhere outside Newfoundland.
Yeah, and from what I understand, I mean, people around the world, people interested in the bee populations are calling Newfoundland. They want to know, what's your secret, so to speak. Have you been getting inquiries?
We've been getting inquiries for bees because people do know that we do have a clean genetic variety of bees here in Newfoundland, and we're getting calls from the States for bees and elsewhere in Canada. But it just nature. It's nothing that the beekeeper's doing, I don't think. Just we're trying to be vigilant in watching out for these diseases and pests and making sure we don't get them. But it's just nature taking its place.
So how does that work? If you're getting inquiries as to, gee, can we get some of your bees because they're clean? I mean, how does that work? Do bees actually get sent like that?
No, this is the first year, believe it or not, that we've actually got, or at least I've got inquiries from elsewhere to ship our bees outside Newfoundland. We often get calls for honey, which is no problem, and the body care products from the beehive. But the actual bees themselves, this is the first year, I guess, in the last 3 months that we've been receiving calls from people to do that. So, to be quite honest with you, we're not too sure how we're going to handle that just yet because it's something new for the province. So we'll just see how that pans out.
So, in fact, not only are they doing well as a result of some of the things that you're telling us, really kind of indigenous to Newfoundland, but the population is actually growing?
It is going well. It is doing well. Right now, I would say we have maybe 24 beekeepers. Up until 5 years ago, I would say we had less than a quarter of that. Total number of colonies in Newfoundland, I would estimate at somewhere between 300 and 400, which is not a big scale, but those beekeepers that are here, they seem to be adding on to the bees every year, and there are new beekeepers getting into the industry.
Well, it's such a remarkable story because we talked to a beekeeper just a little while ago who has been devastated and, in fact, had to give up his farm as a result. So no doubt, Mr. Goulding, you're going to get a lot more inquiries in the future, but thank you for coming on the show.
You're very welcome.